So in today class, we will discuss about the sixth concept of percentage topic that is in front of you. You can see number one is A into B equal to C concept. Now number two is successive change. Number three will be distribution. Number four election based, then commission based, and then income tax based question we will discuss today. Okay. So the point number one is this A into B equal to C. What I'm talking about here. Okay. So listen very carefully. Actually, this concept is basically we can apply whenever we will see there are two variables on the left hand side. For example, if we will talk about the area of a rectangle, area of a square, right? Okay, let's say length into breadth is equals to area, right? So we can directly apply this A into B equal to C concept here, as well as if you will see price multiply consumption is equals to expenditure, right? So if you will see length, breadth, area is a totally different scenario if you will compare this with price, consumption, and expenditure. But we are pretty much sure about one thing. Here are two variable, here also two variable. So what kind of question can be asked? The first type, length can be changed, length can be increased or decreased, as well as breadth can be increased or decreased, or we can see the change of both length and breadth on the area of a rectangle. Okay. The second thing can be where length we will change, let's say length increased. So area will remain same. So we will check about the change on in the breadth, right? So the two type of question can be asked where length, breadth change in both the variables. Okay, area will change, but if you will change in the length, area will remain same. Okay, or there is a change in breadth, area will remain same. Okay, so if there is a change in breadth, if breadth decreased, so length should be decreased, then area will remain same. Or breadth decreased, then area should be increased, then area will remain same. Okay, the same concept can be applicable in the price, consumption, expenditure. Let's say price increased, consumption should be decreased, then area will, then expenditure will remain same. Or price decreased, consumption increased, then expenditure will remain same. Okay, the same. Let's say price increased by, let's say, X%. So how much percent consumption should be decreased so that expenditure will remain same? Okay. So we will discuss about this concept with the help of an example. Let's move toward our question. The question number one we have is this. Okay. So you can see the three questions in front of us. The question number one is, in the question number one, here you can see percentage increase in the area of a rectangle, each of its side increased by length 20%. What does it mean? So length increased by 20%, breadth also increased by 20%. So you have to find out the change in the area, percentage increase in the area you have to find out. So what we can do? So one logic I want to tell you, that is percent and fraction relation. You should know, right? Very important, right? With the help of percent fraction conversion, we can easily solve every question, right? Whenever this type of question we will see in the exam. Let's say there is a 1% we are assuming, let's say we are saying 1 unit. 1 unit is 100%. Okay. If 1 unit is 100%, can we say 1 by 2 unit will be 50%? In the same 1 by 3 will be, we will divide with the 333.33%, right? So if we will proceed further, you can see 1 by 4 will be 25%. 1 by 5 will be 20%, right? So if you will proceed further, you will see 1 by 6 will be 16.66%. 1 by 7 will be 14.28%. So why we are discussing right now this conversion? So that we can see, right, wherever 14.28%, if you will convert 14.28 into 1 by 7, this will be easy in terms of calculation, right? If you will divide 100 with the 7, you will get 14.28. This is what we are talking about right now. Okay. If we'll further proceed 1 by 8, which is 1 by 4 half, which is 12.5%, right? 1 by 9, if we'll consider, this is 11.11%, right? And if we'll consider about 1 by 10, this is obviously 10%. 1 by 11 will be 9.09%. So my suggestion to you, till now we will focus just till this 1 by 11. Okay, because in today class I will not discuss so much big percent fraction relations, right? So this is enough for us, right? Okay, so important is 9.09 and you can say 11.11. It's quite important, right? So 20% we know it's 1 by 5, 20 by 100. This is also 1 by 5. So how can we apply this logic? If we are assuming initial length is 5, we are assuming denominator is the original value and the numerator is a change in this. Okay, so final length, let's say 6. So initial breadth, let's say 5 according to the data, 5. So final breadth should be again 6, right? If you will multiply length multiply breadth, 25, length multiplied by 36. So what is the percentage change in the area? 25 to 36. There is a change of 11 in the 25. You will multiply with the 100 for the percentage. You will get 44% increase. So you can easily claim if you will change length, breadth, both increased 20%, area will be increased by 44%. I think it's quite clear to everyone, right? Now let's move toward the next point. Next we have is this, right? Percentage change in the area of a rectangular field, length is increased by 40%, means length is increased by 40%, okay? And breadth decreased by 10%. It doesn't mean the only thing we can do in this question. There is no need to stick on one solution, right? Various solution exist, but right now we are talking about only one. Okay? So now length increased, breadth decreased. You have to find out the percentage change in the area. So for 40% is 4 by 10, you can easily say it's 2 by 5. And breadth is 10% decrease, 1 by 10. So with the same thing that we did in the previous question, you can say initial length is 5, then final length should be 7, because we are assuming denominators are original, and there is a change of 2, that is 7. So final length we have a 10, the final breadth we have a, initial breadth. Initial breadth we have a 10, and final breadth we have a 9, because there is a minus sign. 10 minus 1 is 9. This area is 50, and this final area is 7963, right? So again increased. There's an increment of 13 in the 50 value, because initial value is 50 into 100. So we can easily claim your increased area will be 26%. This is a basic thing that we can use in this type of question. Okay, let's move toward the next point. Next point we have is this. The first two question done. This is the third question on the same logic. Length of a rectangle is increased by 60%. Length of a rectangle increased by 60%. By what percent should the width have to be decreased? What change in the breadth so that area will remain? Area will remain. So now there is a little bit change in the if you will compare third question with the previous two questions. Okay. In the first two questions, we will changing in the area. Right now, we have to focus on the breadth only, right? So 60% means 60 by 100 means 3 by 10. Okay, please try to understand very important logic. Initial length, we are assuming 10 as per the previous data, and final length should be 10 plus 3, 13, right? Okay, done. Now you have to, so what you have to focus on, there is a change in the breadth. So that area will remain. Initial area should be equal to final area. So always used to say, just copy it, 13 here, 10 here. Why? This is also 130, but this is also 130. Are you getting this one? So the logic is, if length is going from 10 to 13, breadth is going just reciprocal of this 13 to 10. Your answer will be 3 in 13 into 100, right? So if you will solve it, you will get 13 to 26, 4 carry, 13, 3, 39, 23 point something. A breadth should decrease because breadth is going from 13 to 10. Done. All right. Okay. Or if you don't want to like this, so my suggestion to you, whenever this type of thing, L be equal to area, and this will remain same. Okay. Of this is going what? 3 by 10. Always remember 13 to 10. You can see that 3 by 13. There is a negative sign. Numerator will always same, and 10 plus 3 is 13. Why? Why plus? Why? Because there is a sign of positive, minus 3 by 13. So we can compare this fraction with this fraction, both are same. So there is no need to do this also, right? So I hope the first three questions that we have discussed till now is clear to everybody. Those who are based on A into B equal to C. Right? Let's move toward the next part of the class, and the next part is this. We are not so in hurry, right? So one by one, my suggestion to you, first pause it, try to solve it by yourself, then proceed further. Right. Now we have a different type of question. Okay. Just for a change, let's say this is the question. Fresh fruit contains 68% water and dry fruit contains 20% water. We have two type of fruit basically, fresh fruit and dry fruit. Okay. Fresh fruit contains 68% water. Obviously, the 32% will be pulp, right? In the same manner, right? 20% is water and 80% should be pulp. So we can say one thing, if something will evaporate from the fresh fruit, only pulp will remain. So the quantity of pulp will not change. Okay, if 100 kg fresh fruit, it means 62 kg weight is water and 32 is a pulp, right? So we can understand from here, pulp will remain same. So pulp will also 32 kg. So we can say 80% is representing 32 kg. Okay, so total is 100%. So 100% should be 32 by 80 into 100. So 0084 32 410 40. So we can say that 40 kg dry fruit can be obtained from 100 kg fresh fruit. I'm assuming this is clear to everybody, right? Okay, so there is no relation of this question with the previous question, just for a change, right? A into B equal to C, we know, right? There is a little change in the concepts. Now we are again moving toward our proceeding toward our lecture. The next point we have is, let's say, is now the same price into consumption equal to expenditure. What can we do? The same thing we will apply that we were doing in the length into breadth equal to rectangle, right? Price of rice has decreased by, now we all know price into consumption equal to expenditure. Same thing we have to apply. Price of rice has decreased by 30%. So this is decreased by 30%. Okay. What percentage can a person increase the consumption? What should increment in this part? No change in the expenditure. This will remain same, as we have already discussed with all of you, right? Length same, length changes, breadth change. We have to find out, area remains same. So this is minus 3 by 10. As I have discussed previously, numerator will remain same. 10 minus 3 is 7. So plus 3 by 7. Okay, plus 3 by 7. Okay, this is the change. So for the percentage, we can directly multiply with 100. So 7, 300 by 300 by 7. So you can say 7, 4, 28, 2 carries, 7, 2, 14. Okay, 42 point something. So 42 not, 45 not, 48 not, 42.8%. Okay. So question is not difficult. Just language, we are changing the language. Rest of the things are same. Now move toward the next part of the class. And next question we have is this. Price of article increased, consumption decreased. Same length change, breadth change, same thing we have to do. Price, consumption, expenditure. Price increased by 30%. We have to find a decrement of 20%. Here in the consumption, this is a decrement, this is the increment. This change we have to find out, right? So this is 3 by 10 plus 3 by 10. This is minus 1 by 5. Right? So we can say price is going from 10 to 13. Okay, and consumption is going from 4 to 5 to 4. So if you will multiply, this is initial expenditure, this is final expenditure. You will compare initial final 2 by 15 to 100. We can say that there is a 4% increase. Quite clear to us. So option number A is the right answer. 4% increase in the expenditure. I hope this is quite clear to everybody, right? Let's move toward the next part of the class. Okay. We have is this. Next question we have is this. Now, price of a petrol be increased by this. How much consumption of petrol so as to increase his expenditure by? Now here a little bit change. What? Price, consumption, expenditure. Price increased by 25%. Percentage consumption of petrol reduced, you have to find out. Increase in expenditure only 10%. Good question, right? So what can we do? Actually, now my suggestion to you, there are various type of, there are two methods I can suggest you right now. First method is what? That is called successive change. First method is called successive change. What is a successive change? Whenever you will see this type of two variables and they are consecutively, we are changing something in the two variables. So we can apply one concept, x plus y plus xy by 100. Okay, this is called a successive change. If we are doing successive change in two variables continuously, two times there is a change, successive change, that is called, you can apply this logic, x plus y plus xy by 100. How to apply? How to apply? You all know there's a 25% value, x is 25 plus. Now it depends on you. You want to find out value y, let's say it's plus y. Again 25y by 100. Okay. And that should finally, there's a 10. I'm getting this one. So you can say 25,400. And if you will consider it minus 15, okay, this is 5y by 4, 5, 3, 15. So y value is minus 12. Are you getting this one? So why what is this minus is representing? There is a decrement in the consumption. Okay. So we should understand the sentence. If price increases by 25%, consumption should be decreased by 12%. With the help of this method, we can easily find out. Or what we can do, listen carefully. Initial consumption, let's say 1. So what is the final consumption? We all know final consumption is final expenditure, which is 110 divided by 25%, which is 125. If you will compare initial and final, ratio will be 125 is to 110. If from here you can also find out, there is a change of 15 in the 125 into 100, 25, 400, 25, 5 at this, and 5, 3, 15. There is a change of 12%. So we can also apply this method. Both are correct. Depend which one is more, which one is, which method you will use, right? Okay. Which method you will use during your question, right? Whenever you will solve the question, which method is helpful to you? Okay, both are interesting. Okay. Let's move toward the next part, and that is this question. Okay, a little bit same. There is no such big change. Same price, consumption, expenditure. Price, consumption, and expenditure. Due to 25% fall in the rate of X, price decreased by 25%. Minus sign is representing decrement. You can buy 2 dozen egg more than before, means 2 dozen more. 2 dozen more. Okay. And expenditure remains same, that is 168 rupees. Now the point is original rate per dozen of the egg. 1 dozen rate you have to. What is the rate you have to find? What is the rate you have to find? Now, how to proceed? How to proceed in this question? As we know, I have already mentioned, right? This is minus 1 by 4. This is, right side is same, right? So you can say numerator as it is, 4 minus 1 is 3. This is plus 1 by 3. So this plus 1 by 3 is the increment in the consumption, which is 2 dozen according to the question. So 1 dozen value will be 6 dozen. One unit value will be 3 into 6 dozen. So we can say this is representing, 1 is representing our initial consumption. Initial consumption. Initial consumption. Okay. Now please try to understand. You have to find out rate per dozen. So price you have to find out. Expenditure is 168. Initially you were purchasing 6 dozen. So 1 dozen price is 6 to 12 and 6 at 48. This is 28 rupees per dozen. Okay, price. Initially this is the price. Original rate is 28 rupees. Option number A is the right answer. I hope this is quite clear again. Now we are moving toward our next part, and this is same price consumption but little change. What is the change? Price of petrol increased by 21%. Anita intend to spend only additional 10% on petrol. By what percent reduce the quality of, it's not quality, quantity. Quantity of petrol. Please try to understand, very important. Price consumption equals to expenditure, we know. Petrol price increased by 21%. Okay. Anita intend to spend only additional 10%. Expenditure only 10% increase. How much percent should she reduce the quantity? Consumption decrement you have to find out, right? So let's say initial consumption is 1. What is the final consumption? Obviously, this is 110 divided by 120. So you can say this ratio will be 121 is to 110. So this is 11 by 121 into 100. So this is 11, 100 by 11, we all know 9.09, very similar to the previous one, just values are different. Okay. So right now, when we are doing a few questions from the starting, we can see that things are not difficult. Same thing, sir, is applying again and again, again and again. Yes, sir. Next we have is this part. Now there we will apply now successive change. What is the successive change? Now we are moving from the A into B equal to C to another concept. As I mentioned, 6 type of question we will discuss based on 6 concept. Okay, successive change. What is the successive change? Please try to understand. An employee get 2 successive increment in the salary, which is salary become 1.5 times, 2.5 times the initial salary. Initial, let's say 1, finally this will become 2.5. Okay. Two successive increment means first increment get here, second is right. Okay. What is his first percentage increment if the second percentage increment is 4 times as high as first? Please understand. If this is x% increase, it should be 4x% increase. Okay. And final change is 1 to 2.5. So you have to find out the value of x. So my suggestion, hidden trial is the best method. How? As we know, x plus y plus xy by 100 is will give you the final successive change. Effective change this will can give you, right? So 1 to 2.5, what is the change? 1.5 change in one value into 100, and you can see this is 150% increment. Now best suggestion, use the option. Use option. If you will take x, first option 10. If you will take x is 10, then this is 40. 10 40 effective, you will find out 10 plus 40, 10 plus 40, 10 plus 40 plus 40 into 10 is 400 by 100. We can see this is not 150%, right? So this is not the answer. Second, 25. So 25 and 4 times of 25, 100. We can see that this is 25 plus 100 plus 2500, A into B by 100. We can say this is 150%. There is no need to check third and fourth. Option number, this is the answer. Are you getting this, what I'm saying? So finally, we can see in this logic, we are using hit and try, but logically we are using, okay? Because we have to final change, we know this should be 150%, right? Now we are moving toward our next question, and this is the successive change again. As I clearly mentioned, 6 type of question we will discuss, 6 concept. Number is increased by 30%. A number, let's say number is A, number is M. First increase by 30%, okay, then decrease by 25%, okay, then further increase by 25%. Okay, you have to find out final values here. You have to find out increase or decrease in the number. You have to find out this change. So my suggestion to you, this is applicable only to 2 variables. There is a 2 successive change, but right now there is a 3 successive change. So my suggestion to you, my suggestion is use in such a way so that calculation will become easy. And how can we do that? This is a question in front of us. So always remember, if you will find out the effective of these two, okay, you will get one value, then effective of these two. The better idea is first find out the effective of these two. This will not change the result. Minus 25 plus 25. Effective is minus 25 plus 20 is 0. Minus 25 plus 25 minus 625 by 100. This is 6.25 minus 6.25%. Right? So the effective of these two, 30 minus 6.25 plus 30 minus 6.25, right, divided by 100. So this change is what? 23.75 plus, not plus, it's minus. 23 minus 1, which is 3515, 1 carry, 7, 3, 6, 18, okay? And 0 and 100, right? So 2 points here, this 2 point, 100 here, 1.875. So 1.875, kind of. So 5, 14 minus 7, 7, 8, and 1, 21 point something. 21 point something, right? So it's a quite increment. It's not decrease, increase, decrease. Answer is should be 21% increase. Okay, so this is the effective result we can see. Okay. Okay, now what can we do? Next part. Next we have is this. Now there is another concept, that is income distribution. As we have covered till now, A into B equal to C, and price consumption equal to expenditure, area, length into breadth, right? And then we have discussed successive change. Now we are proceeding toward income distribution. How to do this? This is again not a big difficult thing, not a rocket science, right? Simple thing we will apply again. Anita spent 20% of her monthly income on groceries, 15% on rent, 60% of the leftover on children education, another saves amount is given. You have to find out what? You have to find out then how much does she spent on rent. Assume it. Income is 100. Income is 100. Okay. 20% monthly income on groceries. Groceries. Rest is 18. Okay. 15% of the remaining on rent. So 15, 18 into 5. It is 12. Okay. This is on rent. Okay. And remaining this is 68. Okay. Then 60% of the leftover. 60% of the leftover on children education. This is on children education and others, right? If now the 68 40% is the saving, which is 9792. Okay. You have to find out how much does she spent on rent. This is the rent value of 12 you have to. So 60 multi 8 multiply 40. The better idea is 0, remove 0. 4 by 10. You can directly say 97920. Okay. So 4 value is 97920 divided by 68. You have to find out the value of 12, right? Because 12 is rent. Multiply 3 here. 12 is this. And here also multiply with the 3. 97920 divided by 68 into 3. So value of 12 is this. So what can we do? So let's say 414, 4728, 428, 4416, 1 carry, 4416, 4832, 0. 17 117, 17 117, 17 468, 17 468, 0. So 3 4 12, 1 carry, 12 and 113, 1 carry, 4320. Means your answer is D option. Okay. So we can see it's quite calculative question, but rest of the things are same. Okay. Now we will move to our next part, and that is this one. Again, distribution. Let's say in IIT 60% of students are boys, rest are girls. So boys girls ratio is given 60 is to 40, means 3 is to. Okay. 15% of the boys, right now we don't know boys, 7.5% of girls are female, we don't, right? So we do one thing, assume some value. Boys, girls. Let's say boys is 300, we can assume girls is 200. This is not actual value, we are assuming. Okay. So 15% of this is 15,345 and 7.5 of this is 15, right? They're full fee waiver, means 60% are full fee waiver. Okay. And the number of those getting full fever is 90. So this is our assumed value. So we can say 60 value is actual value of 60 is 90 given in the question. Find total number of students getting 50% concession. If it is given that 50% of those not getting full fever are eligible to get half fee concession. Now the point is total is 500. Okay, 500, 60 getting full fever. So 440 will not get full fever. Right? Find total number of students getting 50% concession if it is given that 50% of those not getting full favor is eligible to get half P concession. Okay, so the point is half of this value is getting, half of this person is getting 50% concession. So 60 value is 990, means 6 equals to 9. So you have to find out the value of 220 because these are assumed value, not real value. 9 by 6 into 220. 326, 339, and this is 110. This is 330. Option number B. Quite easy. Okay. Let's move toward the next point. Okay. Distribution question are based on just assume 100 then proceed further. In a test consisting of 140 question, candidate correct answered 70% of the first 80 question, and then 60 question. A candidate correctly answered 70% of the first 80 question. 70% of the first 80 question is 56. Okay. What percentage of the remaining question does the candidate need to correct? Out of 60, how many question he will give answer? Score 50% of the test, means they should be 50% means you should score 70. So this should be 14. The question is what percent of the remaining question? 14 is what percent of 16? This is the question. Okay, 0 0 cancel, 2 3 6, 2 7 14, 70 by 3. This is 3 2 6, 3 3 9, 23 points. Okay, so this is the answer. What percentage of the remaining question? 23 points. This is the question. Next question we have is this one. The question is 11 by 5 of a number A. 11 by 5 of a number A is 22% of B. Okay, this is the first data. Number B is equals to 2.5% of her number C. Okay, if the value of C is given, which is 5500, okay, you have to find out 80% of A plus 40% of B. You have to find. Simple question. We know the ratio. Okay, what we can do? We can easily say this is 5 into 2, 0. Okay, right? 11 by 10, right? We can say A by B is 1 by 10. Why? Because 11, 11 also cancel. Okay, 1 by 10. And 25, 400 and 0. Okay, so B by C is 1 by 40. Okay, and C is 5500. Okay, C is 5500. Okay, now if B is 1, can we make it 100? 10. If this is 10, this is 400, right? So A ratio, B ratio, C is 1 is to 10 is to 400, right? So 400 value is, according to the question, this value is 5500. So 80% of A means 80 by 100 of A, and A is 1. So 1, if this is 1 equal to 55 by 4. 55 by 4 plus 40 by 100. B will be 10 means 550 by 4. Yes or no? Like a little bit calculation in this question. Pure calculation. Let's do the calculation. No, there is no other chance we have. So we can say if 50 by 5, 55 by 4 is out, this is 8 by 10, and this is 400 by 100, right? 400 by 100, right? So 0, 0 cancel away. 248, 2510. Basically 55 by 4 multiply 24 by 5. Yes or no? So 4, 6, 24, 5, 11. 11, 6, 66. This is the answer. Maybe I have done more calculation. You can make it more simple. But right now, this is the thing that I'm striking right now. So this is the solution. Okay. Next question we have is this one. In an election, 20% voter did not vote. 10% vote declared invalid. Winner got 75%. He win by 3600 vote. Final the voting list. Voting list we don't. Let's say voting list is 100, right? 20% voter did not vote. Only 80 vote. Okay. 10% vote declared invalid means only 72 give vote. Okay. Winner got 75% of valid vote means 75% of valid vote get winner and 25% loser. Okay. And win by 3600 vote. We can say that 50% is the difference. So 70 to 50% should be what? Should be 3600. So you have to find out the 100 value. This is 2 better. 72 means 7200, right? So one value is 100. So 100 value will be 1 lakh. Not 1 lakh, 10,000. Option number A is the right answer. Okay, just we are comparing because this is assumed value, not real value. We assumed it. We as per assumption, this is also assumed value. Now we are comparing assumption value with the real value because this is a real value. Okay, so assumption equals to real value. We can easily find out the answer. Now let's move toward the next point. Next we have is this same election based, as I have clearly mentioned. In election, 2 candidates participated. 20% voter did not cast their vote. Out of which 1000 declared invalid. Winner get this. Win by this. Find total number of voting list. Same voting list. 100 assume, right? 20% voter did not cast their vote. 80 cast their vote, right? 1000 votes declared invalid. So you can say 80 minus 1000 votes is the final valid votes, right? Winner got 75% of this, loser got 25% of this, right? And it here, now please, very important. This is assumed value. This is real value. You cannot subtract. Please understand. Very important. So we can say 80 multiply 1000 50% because their difference is 50%. This should be equals to actual data is 1500. Correct? So we can say 80 minus 1000 value should be 3000. So please understand this is a real value, real value. So this is also real, this is also real. So value of 80 is equals to 4000. Are you getting this? So voting list is 100, right? So we can say 0, 0 cancel. 1 is 50, 100 is 5000. So we can easily say this is our answer. I hope quite clear to everybody, every listener, this how to approach this question. Okay. So now we will move toward our next phase of the class, commission based. Now we will do some beautiful question, don't worry. How to approach such type of question? Listen carefully. A salesman is allowed 12% commission on the total sales. We don't know total sales, but there is a commission of 12%. 12% commission. 12% commission. Okay. Correct? Now a bonus of 1% on the sale over 15,000. So till 15,000, there is a 12% commission, but 1% more after 15,000. Till 15,000, there is a 12% commission. And after 12, 15,000, 1% more means 13%. Please understand, right? We don't know this. Total earning of a salesman from the commission is 7,000. This is given. Earning is this. This is the total commission value. The commission you will get is this. Find the total sale. T value you have to find. Please, very important thing, right? This is 13%. This is 12%. Quite difficult. So let's make it equal. How equal? If this is also become 13%, so obviously 1% of this value is 150, right? So 13% of total should be not 7,000, 150 extra because we are considering one extra. 7150. Very important ones. So total value is 7150 into 100 divided by 13. This is 13, 565, 565, 0. And you can say 55,000 is the right answer. I hope it's clear to everybody, right? It's important. This one is important. I will say this is very important concept. This one is very important. Okay, quite important. This part is important. You should understand, right? How I'm making 12 to 13%. Okay. Let's take one more example on the commission so that you can understand actually what I'm saying. Okay. I'm just trying to remove this circle. Okay. No issue. Let's move to the next question. Next we have is this. To commission based, now we will do the income tax question. Now, please understand, income tax question is always based on these two logics. Income equal to income, net income plus tax, or income tax equal to income into rate. Depends which data is given. Accordingly, we will use the concept. Income tax is increased by 25%. Means this is increased by 25%. Income equal to net income plus tax. Can we use this or this one? Let's look at this question. Income tax is increased by 25%. Okay. Net income is reduced by minus 5%. Please try to understand. You have to find out rate of income tax. Rate of income tax you have to find. My suggestion. Tax 25% is 1 by 4. Net income 5% is 1 by 20. So net income 1 by 20 will shift toward tax. Yes or no? Whatever decrement in the net income will shift toward tax. That's why we are equating these two. Yeah, because you have to give your tax from your income, not from the outside. So net income decrease, tax increase. We can equate, right? So 4, 5, 20. So tax by net income is equals to 1 by 5. One tax, net income 5, income should be net income. Net income 5 you are getting tax 1, total income should be 6. Now the question is rate of income tax. You are getting 1 on rupees 6. So 1 by 6 is what? 16.66%. This is the answer. Option number A. Maybe you are considering, sir, why you are not using this scenario. From here rate is mentioned, but I'm getting this now. Why we are not using income tax equal to income into rate, right? Because as we know, if you apply such concept, income tax equals to income into rate, you have to use what? Income is increased by 25%. Okay, income tax, sorry, not income tax, 25%. Okay, net income is reduced by 5%. Rate you have to find out. Are you getting this? So quite that successive change you have to apply. So you can use this type of scenario. Okay, I hope it's um, quite visible for you, right? Okay, because x minus 5 minus 5x by 100 equal to 25. Depend on you. You can say that it's 20, 19x by 20 equals to 30. Okay? It's 600 by 19. I don't know, you'll get the same answer on it, but no, you cannot apply this scenario. Sorry. Okay, so forget it. My suggestion to you, use this scenario. It's very quite applicable, right? I will tell you where you have to use this scenario in the next question. Don't worry. Okay. So next we have is this question. Same one more question on income tax. This one. This one. And another annual income is increased by 1 lakh. Annual income means this one. Okay. But the tax on income has to be reduced from 10%. Now we can use this. Look at observe very question. Observe this question very carefully. Income into rate. Now annual income increased by 1 lakh means this income is I. This will become I plus 6 lakh. Okay. But the tax on income has to pay 10% to 8%. Initially 10%, now 8%. Okay. Same amount of tax as before means this value will remain. What is the increased income? This is same. As we know, if this is for 2 by 10 to 48, so if this is same, so if this ratio is 5:4, income should be 4:2. Anyways, I by I plus 6 lakh should be 4 by 5. Are you getting this point? Means initial income was 4, now there's a 5. The change of 1 as per assumption, as per ratio, this 1 should be 6 lakh 9 on the data. Right? I have discussed this concept from the beginning. I hope you understand this. Increased income you have to find. Means you have to find out the value of 5, 6. One value is 6 lakh. What is this increased income? This is 4 lakh. One value is. Oh, no. This 1 is a ratio. This is not 6 lakh. This is 1 lakh. This is 1 lakh. Sorry. This is 1 lakh. Okay. So difference is 1. Ratio difference is 1. Actually, difference is 1 lakh. So finally is 5. So this is 5 lakh. Okay. This is the data. I hope it's quite clear to everybody, right? Now we are moving toward the next question. We have is this part. Annual income has increased by 4.5 means income tax equals to income multiplied rate. Income has increased by 4.5 I plus 4.5 lakh. Okay. Tax has to reduce from 30 to 20%, 30 to 20%. All right. Now he has to pay 12,000 more income tax. Initially, let's say IT. Now IT plus 12,000. Okay, what is his increased income? I plus 4.5 you have to find out. So my suggestion to you, income, later on you are paying more income tax. Finally, you are paying less income tax. Okay, so more minus this. We can say that I plus 4.5 lakh, 20% means 1 by 5, minus I, 30% means 3 by 10. This difference should be 12,000. I hope it's quite easy. No. This is clear to you, right? So you can say if you will multiply with the 2 here and 10 here, this will become 10. Remove 10, 10, and this will become this. So 2i plus 4.5 into 9 lakh minus 3i should be 1 lakh 20,000. Okay. So value of I should be 9 lakh minus 1 lakh 20,000. This will give you 7 lakh 80,000. Okay. What is his increased income? This is the question. So add 4.5 in here. 4.5 is 4 lakh 50,000. 12.3 is the answer. A is the right answer. I hope it's quite clear to everybody, right? Done. Now we are moving toward the next part of the class. I hope this is enough for today, right? So I hope every question is clear, right? If not, you can comment. I will reply in the next video. Okay. So for today class, it's enough, I think. Okay. I have covered all the 6 concepts that I have clearly mentioned in the beginning. Okay. So thank you for today.